Hi and welcome to Inderes TV. Eltel published their Q3 report today, and standing here with me I have the CEO Håkan Dahlström. Nice to have you here, Håkan.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So we can jump straight into your Q3 figures that you published today. So what are your Q3 key takeaways?
I think we have to recognize that we have a great adjusted EBITDA, and the improvement now is the fifth quarter in a row. So that's, for me, the main takeaway. But we also do a decent growth, organic growth of 4% in these market conditions that we have. I think that is good.
Last time we talked about Norway's country units challenges and the measures that's been initiated there to tackle these. But how has that situation developed?
Well, we are continuously making a restructuring and adjustment of the organization in Norway, and we are not yet done. We are, I would say, in the middle of that. We will do this up at least to the end of the year. And by that, I think we have adjusted the organization to the market situation as we see it in the short future. And this is, of course, about downsizing the organization, reducing the structural cost, all about sites and fleets and so. But it's also important that in the middle of this, that we also have energy and time to build a new business. And this is, of course, very critical for us, that we are able to broaden the customer base and build the new business areas in the Norwegian market.
But on a positive note, Finland and Sweden developed nicely here in Q3. What was the main drivers behind that development?
Yeah, if you look at Finland, I think that we could see decent growth, but also a broad profitability improvement. We are delivering better in communication and in power. And I think in communication is mainly fiber to the home that is driving net sales, but also margin. And in power side, we see a slightly decline in net sales, but margin improvement based on our continuous improvement program. So good to see that Finland is delivering here and now. Are we where we want to be? No, not really yet. We have still more to do to optimize and adjust also the Finnish organization.
Then if we stay on the country units, how would you describe the current demand situation and outlook between the countries?
Yeah, they're quite different. You know, as I mentioned, Finland, fiber to the home, very intensive just now. Power impacted by the updated regulation in the Finnish market, so we see less activity on that side. Renewable energy, I would say that a lot of discussions in all countries, interest rate is impacting decision makings. In Finland, where communication is stronger, going to Sweden, we see a decline in the classic communication business. However, public infra is increasing, and we just had the opportunity to announce the third contract with the Swedish Defense. I think that is a good indication, a proof point that that segment is becoming more and more important for us. Also, power in Sweden is picking up. Norway, the more decline and faster decline in the classic communication demand than what we expected, and I believe also others expected, seeing what is happening around us. Denmark, a lot of activities in the power side, and we do everything we can to scale up and catch those opportunities. And particularly battery BESS solutions are very hot just now, I would claim. But communication decrease.
So due to somewhat sluggish demand picture, at least in some areas, have you noticed any signs of intensified competitions?
No, not so I could see that this is impacting us in any way. I believe we are all seeing the same happening in the market. The market is a bit weaker, decision making take longer time, but that's it.
Regarding your new businesses, have you seen any improvement regarding the renewable energies outlook from your perspective?
Yeah, I think we are seeing really good progress in this area, and 11% of the contract value that we have signed in the quarter is in this new area. But even more important, I would claim that we have established ourselves in many of these areas now as a player, and we are having great discussions, and I see strong potential going forward here.
Regarding your strategy execution, which points have progressed fastest, and where do you have still more to do?
I think we have more to do in many areas, but as you can see in this quarter, the improvement of profitability in those businesses where we are is actually starting to happen. And that is both on the cost side, meaning operation excellence, but it's also on the commercial side, where we see that the new commercial ambitions we have had for like 18, 24 months is starting to impact the result. So that is mainly pricing, but also invoicing conditions, payment conditions. So this in combination with more result from operation excellence and the daily work to optimize planning and routing and get better utilization.
Lastly, you removed the time frame regarding your financial targets. What was behind this?
As we see the market conditions here and now, it's not realistic to say that we will reach that during 25. We see that we are taking very good and important step towards the target. We will reach the target, but we need somewhat better market conditions than what we exposed to just now.
Thank you for that clarification, and thank you for taking the time here today, Håkan.
Thank you, Jesper.